who wrote the Mesilat Yesharim. He was a great Musar book. He was a great Mikubal. And the Gaon Vilna famously said that I didn't find an extra word in the Sefer. And it's a very holy Sefer. It's based on great concepts of Kabbalah, but it's brought down in such a simple manner, you wouldn't even feel the Kabbalah in it. But it just really helps, get a person's mind straight and realizing what's the purpose of this world and how to find himself and how to get to that point of his tikkun, his perfected version, which is going through each of the steps that he mentions. And he goes through the writer of Pinchas ben Yair, who says, for example, right, Pinchas ben Yair said in the Masechet Avodah Zarah, Torah mevila alidei zihirut, Torah brings to vigilance, to guarding yourself from the mitzvot, and the averot, zihirut mevila zrizut, and then being careful in the mitzvot starts bringing you to zrizut, to being swift, to being quick to doing mitzvot, and zrizut brings to nikiyut, and eventually you start being more cleanly, you start doing the mitzvot perfectly. Even before you weren't doing the mitzvot so well, or you didn't know all of them, and now you know all of them, you start doing each one more better and better, and eventually this brings to prashut, so it brings you to abstinence, where you start staying away from certain things. It brings you to ta'ara, brings you to purity, brings you to hasidut, brings you to humility, brings you to yirat hayat, brings you to kedusha, eventually all the way to ruach hakodesh, he says. So therefore you see that he follows this braita of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, he interpreting every step of the way, and then eventually culminating with a person reaching the highest level of kedusha, which is the ruach hakodesh. And therefore, we're going to speak about a few of his words every day, and hopefully this we'll get something from it. B'ezrat Hashem, each to his own. So he writes in the beginning that he talks about the person's chovat ha'adam ba'olamo, a person's mission in this entire world. What is a person supposed to be here? What are we here for? He discusses in the beginning one of the most classical questions that a human can ask himself. Why are we here? What is the whole purpose of our life? And he says a very bold statement over here. He says, what our sages have taught, if you would ask yourself, what is a person here for? What are we here for? He says a person was only created for what? For to take delight in Hashem. And to benefit from the radiance of the Shekhinah. Can you ask yourself, what would you think the rabbis would tell you is the purpose of life? And the answer the rabbis gives us is to enjoy, to get pleasure. Wow, amazing. I never would have expected such an answer. To enjoy, to have kaif. Yeah, so that's it. So we're going to the steakhouse. We're going to the vacation spots. We're going to, enjoy ourselves, right? That you said, enjoy. But no, he's saying something else. He's saying, enjoy from what? Not enjoy from this world. Enjoy from Hashem's Shekhinah. To enjoy from Hashem's presence. Can you imagine? You go to Olam Haba, and you never did any mitzvot, right? You never did any working on yourself. You never did any Torah learning. And then what? You come and you say, here's Rabbi Shimon Yochai, and here's Gan Eden, and here's all these spiritual, blissful, beautiful ideas, beautiful spiritual enjoyment. And you say, so what is this? Where's the kaif that they promised me? Where's the steaks and where's the beautiful scenery and where's all the fun activities? Where's the fancy cars? And I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. And he says to them, so what are people enjoying here? People are enjoying here Hashem's presence. Here people are enjoying Hashem's Shekhinah. And how can a person come to appreciate that? Why would I want to appreciate that? Why would I enjoy that? He says, it's because that's what a person's job here is in this world. In this world, you have to prepare for that world. When a person, at the end of the day, sees how even after you have all the cars, even after you have all the watches, even after you have all the beautiful things and go and eat in all the beautiful places, it's not fulfilling at the end of the day. It's all fleeting. I eat the roll of sushi, the taste stays for a second and then goes away. It's not lasting. Therefore, the enjoyment of that is not real. He's going to realize it's not the real thing. The enjoyment that he really sees that is building to something, that leads to something that stays with him, that he really enjoys, is Torah learning, is mitzvot. That when a person works so hard, he has money, he sees somebody who is suffering, he says, don't worry, I'll help you. Let me take this, or you give it to him privately, he doesn't even know you gave it to him. And you see that he's able to have, and he's crying before, I had no one to help me, and someone helped him. And you felt, that's a mitzvah, that's a beautiful thing to do. That's unbelievable. That's something that I look forward to doing again. So the person has to realize that this type of enjoyment from the mitzvot and from spirituality, which is the real enjoyment, that's what a person has to work on enjoying in the future, and that starts over here. Because a person cannot come to Olam Haba already enjoying these things. You have to, it's an acquired taste. Just like they say by certain whiskeys and wines, it's an acquired taste. In the beginning, you're like, what is this? Oh, who would want to pay money for this? You would pay me, I won't even drink this, right? But there's people who go out of their way and buy it. There's people who go out of their way and drink it. It's because they got that acquired taste. Therefore, a person has to know, he says, your whole purpose in this world is to enjoy the greatest pleasure in the entire universe, which is closest to Hashem, and it only happens if you work on it in this world, in Torah,